this episode on Love is Blind.
You told me last night that you were ready to propose to me. That's insane. You literally said that last night.
I lied.
We're back with another edition of Let's Watch Love is Blind, this time for episode 2. We left episode 1 on a cliffhanger. Newly engaged Lauren and Cameron are about to see each other for the first time, and the suspense is killing me. Will these two very attractive people be attracted to each other?
Did you ever think that maybe there's more to life than being really ridiculously good looking?
By the way, this is day 6. That's 6 days for them to get engaged. And what's actually sweet about this is that Cameron here isn't thinking, gosh, I hope she's good looking. He says he's hoping her expectations are being met when she sees him. Because you never know, one little thing could turn someone off. But no more time to wait. The doors open, and they see each other for the first time.
Cameron!
After a long hug and a moment to shake off the anxiety, Lauren and Cameron finally get to soak each other in, and it's beautiful.
I can't believe how beautiful.
Oh, you're so you literally look like a prince.
Cameron then gets down on one knee to ask Lauren, in person this time, if she'll still marry him. They embrace each other once again before it's time to part ways. And look, Cameron keeps turning back to see her. Like, this is Meet Joe Black. He won't stop turning around. Now that the reveal is over with, they'll be headed off on a beautiful honeymoon together where they get to explore their physical connection. But before we get there, the experiment is still continuing in the pods, with many other relationships still to consider. Starting with a brand new duo of pod daters that were really only background players in episode 1. This is Giannina, a 25-year-old business owner. Very specific. And Damian Powers.
I'm Damian Powers.
Wow, what a name.
Max Power.
Oh, hey, great name.
Yeah, isn't it? I got it off a hairdryer.
These two have actually been on quite a few dates already, and they're really getting into each other.
Couldn't stop thinking about you today.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. You got my, butterflies all turning.
And Giannina and Damian have a lot more ahead of them, but for now, it's all sunshine and rainbows. So let's move on to our good friend Carlton, and they keep doing these extreme close-ups, and it's freaking me out. Stop coming for me, Carlton. Carlton and Diamond are actually starting to develop something here.
Will you marry me?
I'm sorry, what?
Okay, a proposal. I get they were vibing, but whoa, that kind of came out of left field. So Diamond falls down and cries, and Carlton is just kind of waiting before she finally says yes, and we have one more duo headed to get a look at each other.
Don't cry. I got you. I got you forever. I'm never gonna break your heart.
Sorry, I've seen the rest of the show, so this part was a little, moving on. After a long, and I mean long, emotional cry speech from Carlton, wow, he's really in this. What's going on?
It's very touchy to decide when to reveal my sexuality.
Okay, another one out of left field. Carlton says he's afraid to open up because of how people have responded in the past. What does that mean? We really don't know for sure yet, but that'll definitely be a honeymoon surprise. Alright though, time for another new couple, and another couple we're meeting halfway through their dating experience. Meet Kelly. She's a health coach, and I'm almost surprised to see a job description I can actually understand. She's potting with Kenny. Ah, there's the nice vague job title I love. Sales. What does he sell? Who knows? Anything and everything. They bond over both loving the classic children's book I Love You Forever, and hey, in this place with how fast people are pairing up, you jump on any connection and hold tight. They then share a cry, and that's the ticket.
Kenny can get emotional, and I was just like, okay, I love you.
And this episode is going at lightning speed. The editors are like, come on, we gotta get to those honeymoons. Not to mention there's love triangle drama to still untangle. Love square, actually, as Amber here details how she's all in on Barnett to Jessica and LC, who are also dating Barnett.
These girls will be at my wedding. There's gonna be a wedding, and they will be there. I'm sorry, it's gonna happen.
Spoiler alert, they won't be. But all this confidence from Amber isn't phasing LC.
I don't know if Barnett will propose to anyone, but I feel like if he did, I think that it would be me.
And there's a lot to be confident about. Not just because they have a flirty little chat here about engagement rings, but because Barnett says stuff like this.
With Amber, she excites me, but she also scares the living hell out of me.
But the real tea to be had is with Jessica, as Barnett told her last episode that if no other guy or girl was there, he'd propose to her.
He said he would marry me.
And so Jessica is now visualizing Barnett as her husband. Now Mark, she says, is great too, but it's not Mark she's been talking about for the last 20 minutes or so. So you tell me who she's really into. Mark, however, has no idea. He starts to catch on when Jessica walks in all mopey saying,
I don't like this situation anymore.
What are you talking about?
yeah, Mark, people are gonna get hurt and it sucks. Also, I think I've got to pursue things with Barnett. Naturally, Mark is like,
What the f?
because the last time they were together, Jessica seemed to be all in on him. Now, she's suddenly saying it's a big deal that he's 10 years younger than her, if only he were just 7 years younger like Barnett is. Still, Jessica doesn't want to let this go and wants to pursue both relationships. Mark doesn't like that though.
It feels like I'm an option. That's what it makes me feel like.
Ding, ding, ding! What do we have for her, Johnny?
Alright though, it's day 7, just 1 week in, and it's time for Diamond and Carlton to finally meet. Here, Carlton opens up about being fluid. That's what he was mentioning when he talked about his sexuality. But will he tell Diamond when he sees her? So, reveal time.
Look at you.
Look at you.
Look at you.
And the two might be happy, but Carlton's still keeping quiet about his secret. He's still too afraid that it might mean she abandons him. And you know he'll have to open up about that eventually. Back in the pods, Barnett and Jessica have another date with important matters to discuss.
I'm ready for him to ask me to marry him.
So Jessica decides it's time to play Truth or Dare. Barnett says truth, to which Jessica says, do you still feel the same way you did last night?
I don't know.
So after a lot of silence and a few I don't knows from Barnett, Jessica is like,
I don't with people like you.
What does that mean?
and she's out of here. Immediately, she walks up to Amber in the common area saying, you need to stay away from that man. He's messing around. He lied to me. You need to get rid of him. To which Amber replies,
No, I don't think I will.
seriously, Amber's like, tough noogie sis, he's one step closer to being my man now. Naturally, Jessica then comes running back to Mark.
Babe, I was so confused, you know?
Jessica then starts calling Mark baby all the frickin' time and saying things like, it's over with Barnett, I only wanted you. And Mark doesn't know what to do. Obviously he wants Jessica, but he doesn't necessarily want to be her second choice. And Jessica, 24 hours ago she thought she might be getting proposed to, and now she might have no one. Oh, and speaking of proposals,
I want to ask you, Kelly Marie, will you marry me?
I told you, this show moves lightning fast, especially in the pods. 30 minutes ago, we just met these two. Now, they're engaged. So, Kenny and Kelly move on to prepare for their reveal, which, once again, just goes completely smoothly.
I know what makes him who he is, and he's just so beautiful inside and out.
Meanwhile, Damien and Giannina are getting closer and sharing their fears in life, and Barnett has narrowed his selection of podmates down to Elsie and Amber. And with moves like this,
LC is my favorite initial.
Okay.
can you blame these women for falling madly in love with this guy? But Elsie doesn't care. She's finding her connection to Barnett so strong, stronger than she thought would have happened before going on the show. And Amber's feeling the same things too. So strongly, in fact, that she opens up to him about a past partner that got her pregnant and told her to, quote, fix it and get over it. And Barnett's starting to realize that this is getting very serious, and he needs to figure himself out real fast. Back in the communal area, Damien is getting worked up, I bet you can guess why, and Rory here is talking him down.
As guys, we're taught that we are supposed to be in control. And for this, you're not.
By the way, this dude Rory is seen giving advice to like every guy on the show, but is never shown in the pods himself. He did have his very own story that never aired, but that's a topic for another day. For now, it's time to get another one of these creepy close-up shots as Damien heads in for his final date with Giannina. Now, Damien here has sent Giannina a box. Alright, are you ready to cry? Because boy, this is something else. He sent a box with the most important things in his life in it. Open that box, Giannina, and tell me what's in it. That's right, it's empty. Because you are the most important thing, Giannina.
It's like, this isn't right. You have now become the most important thing in my life, and I cannot put you in that box.
So I took the bow off the box, and I put it on me.
I am your gift.
And this is one of the stupidest things I have ever witnessed. He went to give her a box of all the important things in his life, realized those were all people, including her, so he put nothing in it, still sent her the box, but took the bow off and put it on himself to say he's the gift, even though she can't see him or the bow. But it's oddly Damien. The execution was far from perfect, but his intention was strong. Like, this guy's voice is cracking and he's emotional, and he's obviously tried really hard, which I guess can be endearing, so he gets a pass. Of course, it's all leading to this moment.
I ask you, will you marry me?
And after a long pause, the episode ends. And there you have it, episode 2 of Love is Blind. I hope you enjoyed watching this fun little Let's Watch, and there's more on the way, as well as more Listen to Your Heart content in the week to come. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and stay safe out there. Until next time, Bachelor Fantake, out.
LC is my favorite initial.
Okay.